subscribe, yeah!
Hey kid, you've probably heard of the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah, you know the one. She's got the yellow hair, and then she's like a trespasser.
Yeah, she totally breaks into the Three Bears' house
And eats all their food and then breaks their furniture.
rude. So we're not gonna read Goldilocks.
No way, Jose!
Red Bear, do you want to tell the kid what we are gonna read?
Yeah, we're reading Redlocks and the Three Bears. And this is approved by Red Bear.
This is also approved by StoryTeller.
Why isn't it Pink Locks? Why isn't it Green Locks?
Because this is what we call a fairy tale mashup.
I don't get it. Me neither.
Wait, all will be revealed inside the pages.
I still think it should be Green Locks. I think it should be Pink Locks.
And I think it's just right. Here we go. Yes, I love a good twisted fairy tale. We take a fairy tale and then we twist it up and then we make it something fresh and different. So no Goldilocks. This is Redlocks and the Three Bears. And they're a little confused, much like Pink Bear and Green Bear. Mama was serving porridge when we heard someone knocking at the door. Hello? Little Red from the book next door was asking for help. I know, you're thinking, wait, the book next door? Yes, we are in fairy tale land, and Little Red has come over, and that explains why she's Redlocks.
Oh, because it's Little Red Riding Hood. That's why it's Redlocks. I still think it should be Green Locks. Yeah, me too.
Okay.
There's a big bad wolf in my book, and he wants to eat me. Please help.
And the Three Bears are like, what? Except Baby Bear's looking kind of excited to have a new guest at the door. Please? I asked Papa and Mama to let her stay. So that is how we know that Baby Bear is telling us this story. So he asked to stay, and she's, do you see what she's doing right there? She's eyeballing that famous hot porridge. Or is it too cold porridge? Or is it just right porridge? The point is, it's famous porridge. Not sure if that's how the story goes, they said, but okay. Little Red was so hungry she ate all my porridge.
See, if it was Pink Locks, yeah, she would never eat all the porridge. If it was Green Locks, she probably would.
Then she broke my favorite chair while telling us all about the big bad wolf.
See, if it was Green Locks, I would never break the chair. If it was Pink Locks, I might accidentally break the chair.
This Little Red is quite the vivid storyteller, as you can tell by It was getting late, so I told her that she could use my bed. I thought Redlocks was going to be a little bit better behaved.
I'm not sure why you thought that.
Because I couldn't sleep because Mama's bed was too soft. Oh yeah, Dad's bed is always a little too hard, a little firm. Mom's is a little soft, and poor Baby Bear's is just right, which is why she's enjoying it so much. And that's when I saw, the wolf! The big bad wolf has made his way over from the other story. We ran to another book to stay away from the wolf. We can do that? Yeah, we can. It's him, the wolf from my book, Little Red said. And meanwhile, the three pigs, what? They're also like, who told us to be part of this fairy tale mashup? We were just busy making a house. Then we heard someone whining. So I decided to take a look. Oh, what could be on the other side making such a ruckus? Meanwhile, the three little pigs and Little Red and, Mama and Papa Bear are all like, but Baby Bear, that's the brave one here. It was the wolf who was crying? What? Yeah, no, Find your words, Witch Efficient. The wolf does not cry! Well, apparently this one does. This fairy tale is too twisted, even for me. Nobody likes to have wolves in their books. I don't want to be the big bad wolf anymore. Well, come to think of it, he's right. Nobody wants the big bad wolf because it's big and bad, first of all. And with the 3 little pigs, it totally blows down all their houses and tries to eat them. And then with Little Red, it invades the grandma's house and tries to eat her. So, well, Big Bad, I'm sorry, but you have what you call a bad rep.
So, I had an idea. That baby bear always has a good idea. I asked Wolf to come downstairs and offered him a bowl of hot, famous porridge. And they're coming down and Mom's like, not looking like that's such a good idea. And Dad is feeling the same way. And Little Red is like, what? I came here for safety and now the wolf is here. Meanwhile, the wolf is drying off his tears. And is that a little bit of a smile that we see as he sees that big hot bowl of famous porridge on approach? Wolf tasted the porridge and found it neither too hot nor too cold, but just right. And everybody's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable and happy as the big bad wolf only seems interested in eating actual food as opposed to them. He liked it so well that he ate it all up, every bit. And then he asked for more. This is not the big bad wolf that we grew up with. This is a wolf that asks for permission and asks for more instead of just taking it. This just gets worse and more twisted. After Wolf had 3 bowls, I measured his mouth. To show Little Red, it was not big and terrible, but just right. And everyone seems very comfortable with Baby Bear putting his hands near the wolf's jaws. But there you go. I think we're having a happily ever after moment, except for someone. They both returned to their book. They're both, bye. So they're going back to the woods, and I guess their story's going to be a little different now. I think Grandma's safe. That's good. Little Red took some porridge for Grandma, and Wolf wrote down Mama's secret recipe.
Wait, who's that?
Who's that?
Well, actually,
I think that's Goldilocks.
Wow!
if it is, her story's been hijacked.
We went back to the beginning, and again, we heard someone knocking at the door.
I think we've had enough visitors for now, said Mama, who has clearly ladled up 3 fresh bowls of hot porridge once again. Let's lock the door and eat our porridge. And little trespasser Goldilocks just had to go back from whence she came.
Who's Goldilocks? We've never heard of her.
Well,
That's because this was a Redlocks takeover, and it was just right.
it was so wrong.
It wasn't green enough.
It wasn't pink enough.
I mean, sure, Goldilocks wasn't actually gold, and the bear was actually the most polite character in the entire book, all 3 fairy tales mashed up into one, and somehow I feel that it was just right.